We are back once again to Coach Talk.
Welcome
Hi,
to
LJ.
Coach Talk. Hi, Dave. How are you?
I am still enjoying sunshine outdoors, and this is sensational.
I love this time of year, this and summer. Although
Yeah.
I like any time of year. You can make it whatever you choose it to be.
Yeah, I'm the same. I can sit there and have it raining outside and go, you know what? I like the rain.
Rain to go to sleep, rain on the roof to go to sleep
Yeah.
too is just the best. But that's a whole other topic for another day, isn't it? We could talk about that all the time.
It is. So what we're going to talk about today in our podcast is
How to wake up motivated.
How do you go waking up motivated?
I think I go okay. In
Yeah.
terms of, it depends on the day, because I'm somebody who plans my day the night before, because I think that helps.
Very
So that's
much
my
so.
strategy. I
Very
make sure
much.
that I know what I'm wearing, especially when I was travelling to and from Melbourne for work and leaving at crazy hours in the morning.
Yeah.
I had to have my clothes ready, my bags packed, my lunch done, my coffee cup, by the kettle charged. So the morning routine took me about 20 minutes to get up and get, because
Sure.
you had to. If you didn't get away on time, it was 3 hours in traffic instead of 2.5.
Yeah. Are you a morning person?
I am. I am. I believe the morning is the best part of the day. Anyone who's ever stood there watching a sunrise over the beautiful hills where I live, I'm very fortunate to live in an amazing area, but
Yeah.
if you watch the sunrise, I really think it's the best part of the day. It sets you up for success. It doesn't matter whether it chooses to rain, there's always a sunrise
Every day.
every day.
Yeah, I am a night owl. Bit different here with you. But having said that, I did a sleep study a while ago and go to bed earlier every night now. So I try and be in bed roughly around about 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock mark at the latest. So my sleep patterns are great, which has had so many benefits to me. But I'm still not a morning person. So I'm waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 and get up. But I think morning people like you sort of get out of bed and go, yay, it's morning time. Where I sit on the edge of my bed and go, I've got to get up.
We're going to go into the benefits of and some opportunities for you to help with your motivation. I look forward to helping you with your motivation for the morning.
Yeah.
Mel Robbins, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Mel Robbins, and no,
Yep.
she's not married to Tony. Mel has got this amazing technique that she's well known for. It's called the high five habit. So when you're a bit sluggish in the morning and lacking that little bit of energy to get out of bed, basically the theory behind it is you count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you take off out of bed like a rocket.
Wow. That sounds good.
Yeah, so it's affirmative action. It's massive action right then and there.
Yeah. That would work.
It would work.
I get it. I had a coach say to me many years ago, we were laughing about the fact that I sit on my bed and just groan and go, because I do. And he said to me, okay, for the next week, my challenge is to sit on the edge of the bed for only a few seconds, like what you're saying about Mel Robbins, and then stand up and put both arms straight in the air and say, yes.
Yes.
Which sounds crazy, but I did it for a week and it actually works.
It does work, because that's
Yeah.
the second part of Mel Robbins's high five habits is
Okay.
you count down from 5, you jump up out of bed, and then you high five yourself for actually doing it, because
Yeah.
it's positive reward for effort.
Form of celebration for
Yeah.
doing something. Yeah, it creates the habit.
It does.
I get it. I
Now,
get it.
to create a habit, it takes time.
It does.
Normally, I think it's somewhere between, depending on your ability to flip your mindset,
Yeah.
it takes somewhere between, let's say, 8 to 12 weeks to make a conscious habit into a subconscious habit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting you say it because I don't know where people hear it. A lot of people have spoken to me and said it takes 21 days to create a habit. And I agree with you. I think it takes longer than that to have a solid, consolidated habit. People I've spoken to have said, I've counted my 21 days and there's not a lot of change, and they give up. Where the key is not to give up, obviously, it's to keep going, create that neural pathway so you get that habit. But I don't know where the 21-day thing came from.
That I'm not sure either. I've always been taught that it's like 8 to 12 weeks, depending on the person's ability. Like if you're somebody who's normally pretty motivated anyway, and it's conscious thought where you actually physically have to mentally think about it and act on it. Some people it's 8 weeks. Some people can do it in 6. most people it takes 12, which is why most reviews short-term exercise plans there for the first 3 months.
I get it. One thing to move into how to wake up motivated is to set clear goals, which I find is great. And in doing that, it gives you clarity on what you want to achieve. And a lot of this, and I did a presentation with this with a football club, and I actually spoke to one of the people at the footy club last week and said, can I give a shout out to this footy club because they're a great bunch? And she said, please do. So the guys at the Bacchus Marsh Football Club.
They are amazing, aren't they?
They are amazing. And
Fantastic season.
I had a great night with them, and congratulations on the under-15 team. They got third on the ladder. They're fantastic. And the whole environment of the footy club is great. It's very family-oriented, and seeing how they are and how they hold their nights is just... I had a great time when I was there.
Yeah.
When I was there last and we spoke with them, great bunch of people, I spoke to the younger team members about how to get motivated in the morning. And one of those things is to prepare the things the night before and to set goals. So one thing was to lay everything out that you need, whether it be uniform, boots, socks, your gear, anything you are using for the sport the next day, or if you have a job, do that the night before, and it helps motivate you to get started the next day.
It definitely really helps because you're not having to get up and think about it and wasting time trying to put, clarity behind what you're trying to wear, or you can just get up and actually act.
Yeah, and it works. And I do the same thing. I put all my clothing out the night before. It just takes the pressure off having to worry about things the next day. Everything I do for the following day is sorted. Paperwork, anything I need for the next day, I've got it ready to go. And it's done the day before. And I know you do that as well.
Yes, I do.
It's a great way to be motivated because there's no stress about how, why, where, anything like that the next morning. All you have to worry about is getting up, as you do, hands in the air or high five or anything to get you out of bed. Coffee for me, of course.
Got to have coffee.
Got to have a coffee and move into my day that way. And that helps me not worry about squaring things away. I've done it the night before, so...
Gotta love outside, don't you?
Gotta love being outside. There goes our motorbike. So it works, and I find that is very effective for me anyway. So, and I think you do a similar thing for yourself.
Yes, definitely. Especially if, mind you, I haven't competed in a while with the horses, but really important to know that in the morning you can just load up and go, and you can have everything packed and ready and just grab the horse. It really does take the pressure off the next morning, and it means that your prior preparation and planning prevents poor performance.
Yeah, I like it. Most definitely. Do you have a morning routine, LJ, that you do in the mornings to help with your motivation and get going?
Yes and no. As you know, I'm a little bit of a research geek, and some of the research has come out to say change up the morning routine because there is some habits that if they're too regulated, they actually prevent you from moving forward. So whilst I get up at the same time and I might have prepared my day the night before so that those things are taken care of, like I might get up in the morning and go and put the kettle on one morning, or I'll get up and I'll let my dogs in and play with them for 10 minutes, or I'll get up and I'll go to the bathroom. I try not to do the same morning routine in that way so that it keeps me in what I have to do and keeps me present, or else it becomes an automatic cycle that is not really motivating.
Yeah.
Just a different perspective.
No, I agree with you. I have only one routine, and that is I put the coffee machine on early. But one thing I do every single morning is I make sure I don't walk out my front door in a hurry.
Yeah.
So I walk out chilled.
Yes.
As chilled as I can be. And that's the only thing I do as far as having a morning routine. So when I'm heading out for my day to work with people, do anything I need to do, I don't rush.
Yeah.
So everything's squared away. It's all done. I'm ready to do what I have to do outside my gates of my place. So by the time I drive out onto the road and I'm ready to go, I'm not worried, stressed, no anxiety. I'm chill.
Yeah.
And I reverse that coming home. So when I finish my day coming home, my habit is I may stop off for a coffee, maybe.
So unlike you.
Yeah, I know. But I don't hurry home. There's no rush. I don't.
So it's a debrief on the way home
It
so that you
is.
can get home and be present with your family.
Yeah, absolutely. To decompress.
Yeah.
So I do that on both ends of it, and then whatever happens in the middle is whatever I do. But I agree with you. I don't have a set habit of doing this versus that every morning, but I do make sure that I walk out my door, chill.
Yeah, I like that. There's some really good, again, research around if you have the opportunity, spend the first 15 minutes of when you get up, go out into the natural light.
Love it.
And no sunglasses. Actually let the light be absorbed through your eyes without the sunnies. It does have some physiological responses that are beneficial. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what they are, but I do know that it puts you in a better frame of mind. The uptake of vitamin D is really good, and the flow-on effect of doing that, just 15 minutes a day. But it has to be first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Which is
I
great
agree.
if you get up with the sunlight. If you're getting up at dark, it's okay.
Yeah. I guess that's why so many people walk early in the mornings when the sun's coming up.
Yeah.
And also those that sit outside with a pot of tea or a coffee or a paper,
Yeah.
just for 15, 20 minutes, and they enjoy the sunlight coming up and that natural environment. They've got fresh air coming into their lungs. There's a lot of benefit in that as well.
Lots of benefits around that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it all helps to shape a positive mindset to tackle the day because this comes back to probably a conversation we had in one of our previous podcasts around how you show up.
Yeah.
That 15 minutes in the morning where you actually spend, I call them my team meetings. I have a team meeting with my team in the mirror every morning, which sounds really bizarre and weird. But it's probably one of the only few times during the day where you actually get to have no labels other than I'm LJ for the day. I'm not the dog owner. I'm not my dad's daughter. I'm not my mum's daughter. I'm not, my kid's mum. I actually get to just be me.
Yeah.
So make full advantage of it and show up for you. Give yourself the love and compassion to just appreciate your own space and take that time for you. I like to encourage that because it will really help with a positive mindset.
Absolutely. Mindset, underline that one for becoming motivated, staying motivated, eliminating procrastination, which is just the negative to the motivation. Mindset just controls all, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. And then mindset, if it's not 100% resonating with you, and I like to use the word resonance, if you're not resonating with your truth of who you are, you're less likely to take action.
Yeah.
So even if you wrote a shopping list or a goals list for the day, if you're not truly resonating and truly embracing and jumping out of bed being, yes, I'm here, I'm showing up, this is me, I have these standards I'm going to achieve, you're less likely to tick those things off your list because you'll find excuses. Yeah.
If you go next level from there, how important do you think exercise is to assisting you in waking up motivated?
Oh, it's hugely, hugely important.
Yeah.
Even walking, the science behind walking alone, like it's fantastic if you get to go to the gym. It's fantastic if you actually play sports and you're entertaining that on a physical level. But even just get out, go for a walk. There's so many physiological benefits on cardio health, muscle health, bone health, mental health.
Yep.
It is something that we all need to do. It does create happy endorphins. Happy endorphins then help with mood, help with attitude, help with mindset. So everything's connected. I'm sounding like the X-Files here. Everything's connected.
Walking's an amazing exercise, and a lot of people don't realise you don't have to be walking at 6-7 kilometres an hour. You can just have a nice, slow, easy amble and enjoy your surroundings, enjoy the sun coming up, or if you walk at night. The benefit of moving and just moving at your own pace within your comfort level is amazing for boosting your mood, and it's also amazing for generating motivation as well. You're spot on there. The walking side of things is fantastic.
Yeah. If you're looking to improve your health for cardiovascular fitness and muscle fitness and bone health, you do need to do what I call a walk and talk. So most of us these days, we've got these little things called earbuds and we throw the music on or we'll talk to someone while we walk. If you're finding that you don't want to walk at a fast pace, try and sing or talk out loud, talk to the dogs, because the more you're actually breathing and getting to that, I guess, huff and puff stage, the more you're actually increasing your cardiovascular output without having to increase your effort to do so.
Yeah.
In terms of walking speed, but you're actually increasing it by doing additional activities.
Yeah, sure. And I think I've said in previous podcasts that I talk to my dog
Yeah.
when I walk along.
So therapeutic.
We have a great conversation.
They're great listeners, rotten conversationalists, but great listeners.
Yeah, and there's benefit in that. And I don't walk overly quick with my girl. She's a shepherd and she's getting on a bit. But we have time together.
Yeah.
And I still walk every day.
That's beautiful.
And there's something that's so beneficial in just getting out and walking. And it helps with so many parts of my internal world. And this includes how to wake up motivated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you someone who can get, like, I know you gave us a little bit of an insight that some days it's a little bit of a challenge for you to jump out?
Yeah.
Is that because some days you might overthink the day ahead and all the list you've got on, so you can allow yourself to be a bit distracted? Because we're human, we do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's that or if it's my sleep pattern, or I'm not sure, circadian rhythm, I'm not too sure. I know that for me, my best sleep is between about 5 and 6 a.m. Every single morning I sleep very deep, and that's generally when my alarm goes off to get up. I haven't looked into it scientifically and had anyone give me their version of why and how and where.
Yeah.
I just know that at that time in the morning I'm sleeping fairly soundly. So if it's a 7 o'clock wake up, I wake up fairly well. And if it's 3 or 4 in the morning, I wake up probably most mornings. That's me. So it's just because I suppose my rhythm is I'm sleeping quite deeply when the alarm goes off and I've got to get up. But once I'm up, like literally once I'm on my feet, I'm very happy to go and do what I do. And yeah, I don't drag my feet. It's just getting out of bed. That's me. But someone like you, where the alarm goes off and I can imagine you're up, you're springing up, and yeah, there's a whirlwind of everything happening. I can't see myself doing that.
I do have my 1 day a week that I have a bit of a sleep in, and a sleep in for me is usually till like 7 o'clock. I'm one of these people who gets up at like 4:30 every morning and goes and does bits and pieces. What I like about that, and I've heard this mentioned, I think it's Joe Rogan and maybe Andrew Huberman. There's somebody else who's mentioned it too that I've heard. Oh, Ed Milat. Their first day starts from 6 till 12, and their next day is 12 till 6. So they actually get 2 days worth of work done when most people do 1 day's worth of work between 9 and 5.
Yeah.
Having tried that theory, I love it. I am so productive between the hours of 5 till probably 11:30.
Yeah.
And then I can go and have hours break, or so sometimes I have a break of an hour, sometimes it's half an hour, sometimes it's 5 minutes. But then the next, because you've got that mindset and you flip over and the motivation's there to carry you through, your productivity goes through the roof.
Yeah. Yeah.
It takes a little bit to get into it, but once you're there, it's hard to go back.
It goes hand in hand.
That's also part of the waking up motivated, is finding ways and reasons why you want to get up and start your day.
Yeah.
So if your productivity level is through the roof and you're achieving more, you're more likely to go, I like it, I'm going to get up.
Yeah. Yeah. There's something that we will talk about in depth a lot more down the track, and it's rewarding yourself when you do something good to yourself.
Yeah, rewards are important.
Yeah. And in waking up motivated or achieving motivation, one thing that is important for people is to, we also call it celebrating the win sometimes. Reward yourself for it. So if you wake up early, you get up early, you do something early that achieves a goal, do something to reward yourself for it. And it's simple things. It's not buying a new car or booking a 5-week holiday in Europe. It's something very simple. Go and get yourself a nice coffee, or get yourself a cup of tea, or take half an hour out to sit back with a paper and have a read.
Read a book.
Have
that 15 minutes, 20 minutes to yourself.
Yeah.
I think we've all heard the saying reward for effort.
Yeah.
I like to go from the reward for effort rather than reward for outcome.
Yeah.
Because the effort is what keeps the action.
Yeah.
Not everybody is outcome driven. And that's a conversation for another day too. But the effort is what is most important. The effort and the reward for the effort is what's going to keep you motivated.
I guess the difference is if you reward the effort, you'll always reward, where if you don't think you've achieved an outcome, you might not reward that, which can be a bit of an issue, because then if you've created the effort, you can reward that because you've taken action, you've done something about it.
Yeah.
Reward that.
Yeah, Stanford University did a massive study on rewarding students. I mean, we're talking younger students. One group was rewarded for the outcome, and the reward was linked to a label of you are great at maths, you are amazing at English, your test is an A, so the outcome reward. The second group of students was rewarded for the effort they put in regardless of the outcome. As they followed them through, the students who were rewarded for effort were more balanced students and actually were more successful in the long run.
Yeah.
Because their ability to cope with failure, because they had a more grounding approach as far as the effort was more important than the outcome. So they were more consistent.
Sounds like they build a resilience muscle around this.
That's the word I'm looking for, resilience. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Whereas they showed that the students who, obviously not all students, but the students who were the results labelled for their motivation, they didn't achieve as much, because once you get out into the real world, you don't get that level of motivation. You don't get an A on your report that you've submitted to the boss. You just said, did you meet benchmark or didn't you? So it didn't set them up for the real world experience, which then had been shown to pull back on their motivation and their ability to be successful. It's a really, really interesting study.
Yeah, it sounds really good. So we have, every podcast, we have a challenge for our listeners, and you have no idea what I'm going to throw to you now, because we don't talk about this. So I'd like to throw to you, is there any challenge you would like to give our listeners in relation to this on how to wake up motivated? Is there something you'd like to give them that they can do for a day or two or a week that will maybe shift them to becoming more motivated in their life at the moment?
Absolutely. If I would love you to give yourself the challenge, and please do it over a week, because it's going to take you a week to see the benefits of how you feel. Set your alarm, get up an hour earlier and go out for a half an hour walk.
I like it. I like that one. I've heard that before. Set the alarm, get up an hour earlier and stick to it.
Yeah, stick to it.
Yeah, stick to it.
But go for a half an hour walk as part of that extra hour.
Yeah.
It's an extra hour a day you have for you. It's your time. Make the most of it.
I like it. Thank you, LJ.
Thank you, Dave. Great topic.
Our website is?
coachtalk.com.au.
It is. Please feel free to touch base. Come and contact us and say hi.
Yeah, jump us a line on the Facebook.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. And?
We've got Instagram.
We have.
You'll find all the details on either the website or the Facebook page.
We are here. We are real.
And we can't wait to be talking to more of you.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time, and talk to you soon.
Thanks, Dave. Have a great
LJ.
night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.